Hey, this is Dan Dowdy. Welcome back to the Built for the Trades podcast, where we help leaders all over the nation grow themselves, because if you grow yourself, the people around you will grow. We also work with trades businesses, helping them grow self-operating businesses to spend more time with your family. Today, we're talking about sowing the seeds for growth. The difference between good and great companies are the leaders and the people that we develop in our organization. And today, I'm going to teach you how to not only identify those people, but how to grow those people. As we get started, I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsor, Project to Payment. If you're looking to go from paper invoicing to doing something on a tablet, streamlining the process, giving a better experience for your customers, Project to Payment offers estimating, invoicing, and the ability to collect payments from your customers through Built for the Trades. A link below in this podcast. You get your first 3 months free, so be sure to check them out. Ralph Waldo Emerson says the only thing that grows are the things we give our energy to. If you're not giving your energy to future leaders right now, why not? What's keeping you stuck? Maybe you're seeing the energy invested there as an expense and not an investment. I'm going to help you squash that mindset today. What would happen if you intentionally grew those potential leaders in your business? What would your business look like? John Maxwell tells a story about two businesses side by side in the same market, have the same tools, the same technologies, offering the same service. The only thing that would separate those two businesses are the people in the organization. The business that is investing in their people and growing their leaders are going to be the ones that get ahead every time, no matter what the industry. So as business leaders, our seeds are our people, our teams. Just as a farmer liberally plants anticipating a bountiful crop, we too must invest in our team members if we want to see growth and success in our organization. If you're looking to find and identify those next leaders, I encourage you to go to builtforthetrades.com. We have free resources, and we have a Discover Your Next Leader worksheet, a one-page worksheet that will allow you to identify the people who are showing the positive mindset, the ones that are prepared, the ones that work hard, they're team players, they're humble, they take ownership of their mistakes. Those are some of the qualities we want to look for in our next leaders, not just production. Because a lot of times the people who are producing the most are the most selfish people in the organization. And if we're going to make them leaders, all we're going to do is produce more selfish people in the organization. Here's the challenge though. Sometimes the resources are tight. You might feel hesitant to invest in development, whether it's through training, mentoring, or even just giving someone the time they need to grow. It's natural to be cautious. But let's think like that farmer, right? A farmer views seeds not as an expense, but as an investment that could yield a bountiful harvest. If the farmer decides not to plant and water those seeds because the past, maybe he had a bad crop in the past, or maybe he's looking into the future and he's not seeing a lot of rain in the forecast. So he's like, yeah, I'm just going to sit back and just do a little bit. He's only going to ever reap just a little bit. It's the same in our leadership. If we invest in our team, whether that's through time, training, mentorship, opportunities, we're not just spending money or resources. We're investing the long-term prosperity of our business. Maybe you've been burned. Maybe you invest into someone who eventually left your company, left a bad taste in your mouth. It's easy to let those experiences keep you from future investments. But here's the thing, if we let those experiences keep us from future investments, you're going to be left doing everything in your business. You're going to be the bottleneck in your business. You're going to have that leadership lid in your business, and you're going to miss out on the opportunity to have a flourishing organization that gives you freedom to spend more time with your family. What if by holding back, you miss the chance to develop that future leader on your team, which could be the next burst or growth or idea that you need in your organization to take it to the next level? The truth is, leadership is much like farming. It's about trust. Trusting the process, trusting that if you do the right things consistently, the harvest will come. And yes, sometimes that trust is tested, but remember, growth takes time, it takes patience and a willingness to keep planting those seeds, even when it's tough. It starts with your mindset. Number one, people are worth the investment. If all you're doing is complaining, these young kids don't want to work. I'm never going to be able to find leaders or managers. And that's your mindset. Or I'm not going to invest in anybody because I invested in Bob, I sent him to this great training and he left my company. So I'm just going to never do that again. If that's your mindset, you're always going to get those negative results. You're never going to find that next leader that's going to help take your business to the next level. You got to be willing to realize that we have to push past those bad experiences and keep trusting the process. Number two, you got to identify what those next leaders look like using that Discover Your Next Leader worksheet. Identify those, sit down with them, have the conversation, see if they're interested in growing as a leader. Then number three, set up a monthly lunch or breakfast where it's just a mentorship relationship. You are sharing experiences about your life that's hopefully going to improve their experiences in their life. You can go through that worksheet and whatever areas of improvement they need to improve upon, you can help them improve upon that. Not guaranteeing them a future leadership role, but telling them that it's going to be a process and you want to start the mentorship process right now. If I saw you, I'd ask you, how many people are you mentoring in your business? I would hope that you would say at least one or two. And if you're doing none right now, here's your challenge. Find that person and start to mentor them. In my business, 10 or 15 years ago, I was growing leaders just like this. And I had some leaders who grew up and were successful in my business and helped take it to the next level. And I had some other leaders who grew up and were successful and they went elsewhere with their success. At that time, I felt so burned. Like, wow, all this time, money, and energy. I taught them everything I know and they left and they started their own business. But I soon realized that that was a legacy that I was leading. Their success elsewhere is just as powerful and just as good as their success in my organization. Now, years later, as a business coach working with trades businesses all over the nation, some of those same people who left my organization, those leaders that I invested in, they have now hired me as a coach and I'm working for them. It's come full circle. They went out and they're accomplishing their dreams and they're helping me accomplish my dreams. That doesn't always happen monetarily, but I want to encourage you with the mindset. You got to squash that mindset, worried about people leaving after you invest in them. And just realize whether it comes back to you monetarily or it's just a legacy that you lead, it's worth the effort. So as you navigate your leadership journey, ask yourself these questions. Are you planting enough seeds? Are you investing that time in a way that sets your team and your business up for long-term growth? If you're not, take this as your challenge. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's keep sowing those seeds and growing profitable, self-operating businesses together. Until next time, keep leading from the front. Like, subscribe, share this podcast with a friend, and I'll see you next time.